So Cisco's whole thing, he has a very special relationship with alternate universes and alternate timelines.
Yeah.
And as we've seen before, that's something he's kind of tapped into.
Yeah.
Now that season 3 is that's the whole season, as far as we know, or the stick of the beginning of the season. Is that something that's still going to be a big factor? Is Carlos' role in that way going to be increased? Cisco's role going to be increased throughout the season?
Yes, Cisco is going to take on a much more active role in the team's dynamic for sure. I can't go into details as to how exactly that happens, but I think fans will be happy to see Cisco sort of assume his destiny. That's all I'm going to say.
By the way, you have to give us all their names before you leave.
I hope I have time. I got to get to this thing. It's in like 5 minutes. I'm going to try.
Could you talk a bit about Kevin Smith directing? Because that episode was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Not only for Cisco, but the comedic beats between you and Tom.
Yeah.
On point. How much that is, because people tend to think it's a showrunner and the directors are kind of on the turnstile.
Right. That was definitely not the case with Kevin. Well, no, that was definitely not the case with Kevin. I think it's pretty unanimous amongst the actors. Our reaction to Kevin, is one of unlimited praise. The guy is amazing. I think what makes him so amazing too is he has such an intrinsic understanding of everybody's roles on the show, and the fact that we've been doing this for 2 years plus. You know what I mean? And that allows him to give us freedom and to trust us with the material. And I don't think that's something that many other directors have allowed us to do. It's the very fact that he finishes the take and says, Carlos, try messing with the line. No director has told me to do that. You know what I mean? Like usually I have to sort of fight for ad libs or trying something in a different way. You know what I mean? But in television, you don't really have the time. Time is a luxury. So, but Kevin makes the time for that. He knows that it's the way that we work together and the original creative input that we give that allows the show to breathe and gives it its unique characteristic. And so he makes room for that. And I think his energy can be summed up in the things that he says when we cut. He always goes, "Best job in the world, people," and he just reminds everybody that this is the best job in the world. So he's the best. That's all I'm gonna say. Great. Powers grow. That's what they do. But here's the thing. Cisco's not the only one with powers. Period. Stop me from talking, okay? Please.
No, keep going.
No, I cannot. This is the cliff. This is the precipice where if I keep going, I lose my job.
We know that Mary's going to be going back and likely meeting a different version of Cisco.
Absolutely.
What can you tell us about that, or even just what it was like working for you, where you get to start a new version?
I think I can sum it up by saying I have the best job in the world. I'm very lucky to be playing this character. I get to play so many different variations of him, and so many different colors. And I think the color that's being explored in season 3 is just so fundamentally different than any color I've played before. And it's sort of a tease. It makes me excited to play even more characters or even more versions of this character. So I don't know. Anything is possible.
Is there more or less of you in this movie?
There's always a nugget of me. You know what I mean? I think all actors have to build their characters with a fundamental root, and that root is them. And so Cisco is a bunch of layers compacted on the root of me, and so each variation of Cisco is a different version of me in a way.
And that's happening a lot with a lot of the characters because of all the different places of time and everything. And one of my favorite dynamics was yours and Dr. Wells when you became frenemies in season 2.
Right, yeah, Harry.
That really developed nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, is that fun for you as far as seeing where these relationships go?
Yeah, Tom makes it easy. You know what I mean? We both have this understanding of comedy and comic dynamics that I think allows the relationship to bloom. And viewers have responded so positively to that dynamic. They eat it up. They love it. They love all the stuff that we come up with on the side, and a lot of it is improvised and ad-libbed. You know what I mean? And so I'd be surprised, because I know that the writers are a fan of the dynamic too. I'd be surprised if that relationship was just tossed away for eternity. You know, I think it's too good to pass up. You know.
Humor still be a big part of your character the next season, and will you still wear really cool t-shirts?
Two-parter. First of all, I mean, yeah, you know, even though it's a different version of Cisco, I think there are things that retain themselves in every universe, you know? As far as the t-shirts are concerned, you know, Cisco's maturing a lot in a lot of different ways. So I think there's an evolution happening with the shirts that I'm sort of like discovering and figuring out with our costume designer, Kate Main, the amazing Kate Main. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes, because I know one of the things that viewers love most about the character is the t-shirts. And so we're gonna kind of be playing with them. So I'm interested to see how people react to it.
So one of the big things about the Flash mythos is his crazy villains. I mean, they're right up there with Batman villains in terms of how iconic they are. And as we were reminded earlier, Cisco is often the one who gets to give them their nicknames and kind of codify their personalities.
Yeah.
Who's coming up in season 3 that you're going to have to nickname that you can tease us on?
Well, I am going to say that in episode 2, because we've literally shot an episode and a half. In episode 2, Cisco has a very atypical reaction to the naming. Have fun!
Easter eggs everywhere, and everybody tries to
Exactly. I'm pretty much the bunny today. Boop, boop, just shitting eggs everywhere.
Can you tell us anything about Cisco and Caitlin going forward? So we left it felt like there was still some trouble.
Yeah. There are gonna be some. There's gonna be some drama in season 3, y'all. These fundamental friendships are gonna be tested to a crazy degree, because some unexpected things are gonna happen that are gonna test the friendships, you know. And you know, how do you react to something like that? It's going to be challenging. I think this is definitely a crossroads for our team, for our gang, our Scooby-Doo gang.
With the relationships changing so much, are you looking forward to shooting more scenes with people you haven't worked with as much before? Or is there going to be any new relationships for Cisco that are going to be forged in this season?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'd be excited to explore more relationships with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's, you know, you saw him in the suit. I mean, he looks great as Kid Flash, and he is great. He just embodies that character so well. I think it'd be nice to explore some more dynamic with him. You know what I mean?
On the opposite end of that, though, do you ever? I know you guys all get along on set so well, but does it ever kind of make you sad sometimes when you're not, when your dynamic on the show changes with somebody? It's maybe not.
No, not at all, because you know we kind of tire each other out after a while, you know what I mean? We see each other like every day, and we tell this story every day. So I think by the time episode 23 hits, it's like, I love you guys so much, but I can't stand you, okay? I gotta go. So, but I think it says a lot, a month out, just, you know, a month from being back for the next season, you start to miss everything, you know? You know, you really value your free time and your time away, but even just a month out, you start to say, God, I miss that crazy bunch of fuckers, you know? So...